Hey y'all, welcome back to Pure South Pastures Farm. Today it is hot and it's dry. We've been getting bumps of rain all through the summer and we've been doing really good, but it's been so hot and dry now for the last couple of weeks that we're starting to feel it here in Arkansas, central Arkansas. So calling for 100, 103, 104 degree regular temperatures this week and all the way up into like 115, 120 heat index. So it's gonna be hot. Just here in the shop, about to go out and take care of some chores. I'll take you along with me. By the way, don't look at my mess. It's terrible. The shop is a wreck. But today we're gonna go out and I just wanna talk about our farm, how we started, why we started, when we started. Just give you a little bit of the background of why we do what we do. And yeah, just share a little bit. I don't know that I've ever shared that here on YouTube, and looking forward to the opportunity just to kind of share the why behind what we do and how we work it into our life and all that stuff. So I'm glad you're with me today. Thank you for joining me. Hang out and let's get some chores done, and let's talk about our big why we do what we do here at Pure South Pastures. One of the things we're checking this afternoon is the cows are currently using this barn lot for it's under the roof barn pen for shade, because it's the only shade access to where we currently are. And you can see they just begin to foul it, manure it, and so I'm gonna get them. I don't like cows in the barn anyway, and I sure don't like them on manure. So what I'm gonna do this afternoon is I'm gonna work out, they've already grazed down there by the trees, but I'm gonna make a lane. There's a big pine tree down there that gives them shade at any time of the day. So we're gonna make a lane down there so that they can have natural shade, get out of this barn, get out of the manure. And they got a few more days grazing up here, and they're gonna need some shade in these hot temps. Plus, they'll get full free airflow by being down there. So that's one of the projects we're doing this afternoon. We're also going to be checking out the pigs. Yesterday, you can see how the sun hits that pig shed right there. And in the afternoons, they have shade all day long, but in the afternoons, it hits them pretty direct. So I hung up that shade cloth, and we'll be just kind of checking in on that. And the other pigs are back here in the pen right back there, and we'll be checking on them as well. Just making sure everything's good. With it being so hot, we want to take care of our animals, make sure water's good, they got places to cool off. This week's going to be brutal, so we're making sure that they're good to go. Whew, I'm telling you, it's hot out here. We're going to have to rework our single strand poly wire and run it down to a shade tree here. So I'm just working out how I'm gonna make sure that happens while keeping the cows in. That's always a little bit tricky, but I'm gonna go get the four-wheeler, come down here and run the line, put the posts in, take care of all that, and then I bet the cows are gonna move down to that shade tree this evening. Down here under this tree, we're gonna make them some space. I really don't like having them come down here on this. I'm gonna have to make a lane across an area that we just grazed. You can see it's got some new growth in it, and it's so dry that I'm just happy for any growth that we have right now. It's gonna be a slow growth until we get a good rain. But I'll make a lane across here, probably 30 feet wide, and open it up where they can get under this tree. You can see they've got a pretty beat out area right there where they hang during the summertime. I try to keep them where they can't just come to this all the time. Obviously, because they beat it up, they put a lot of manure down, and just for fly load and parasite stuff, I just don't like to keep them on here consistently. So it's been a while since they've been back here. We got to give the barn some rest for the very same reason. A lot of manure and mess up there, and so we're gonna make them a lane down here. And you can see there's a whole area up here that they still have to graze. So they're gonna be there another 4 or 5 days grazing that, and the whole time they're up there, they'll be able to come down here for shade during the day. We got to give them shade during this time. So anyway, I'm gonna get this paddock made. At least I'm gonna get this line made. Probably give them a little extra tonight because where they're at is they've hit it pretty hard. Give them a little bit of graze up there, and then have a line down here where they can come down here and tomorrow, especially, get out of the sun. No doubt this lane is going to get beat up really bad. As dry as it is, it's gonna take a beating. You can see here how wide it is. It's pretty narrow. Taking a chance when you put it that narrow, if they come through as a herd, putting pressure, there's a chance that they'll blow through it. But I'm gonna take that chance. This grass is coming back out here. They can't get out. If they do get out of this lane, they're still behind a good perimeter fence, and I'll just have to deal with that. So got one more line to run. That's what I love about polywire. You can create whatever you want to create. If you got enough length of line, you can set it up however you want to set it up. You can zigzag. You can do whatever you need to do. It's how we're keeping them on confined areas so that we're getting a total graze. So one more line here, and they'll have access to shade, and I'll give them a little bit extra. Well, that took longer than I expected it to. Oh man, I ran into an issue. If you use geared reels, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you're rolling up the geared reel and you're walking with it, and I was looking at something and I turned around and I reeled up the line in a bird's nest over on the side, and it gets all caught up and takes forever to undo. So anyway, I've been working on that the last 45 minutes, and but I wanted to talk to you today about why we do what we do. We're first generation on the farm. As a matter of fact, we've been here, we're almost 3 years in. October 2020 is when we moved out here. We were living in a subdivision during COVID. We're pastors of an amazing church in Jacksonville, Arkansas. And when everything shut down in COVID, before I went in ministry, I had a dream of farming and having cows, and it felt like the Lord called me away from that to do that full time, away from doing that full time to do ministry. And so I just kind of hung that dream up. And man, during the shutdown in COVID, I just felt like I don't know, just a stirring in my heart toward the farm. And so we started, the housing market was crazy during that time, so we leveraged our investment on a home in a golf community. I don't play golf, but that's where we lived. And got the opportunity the Lord opened up the door for us to purchase this piece of property. And there's a house and 18 acres and a shop, and you can see the hay barn behind me, storage sheds. That building right there is pretty cool. It's a fish cleaning shed. We've got 2 ponds, actually a pond and an open area to Wattensaw Bio, which actually is a pond itself too. It's a dugout area in an elbow of the bio that fills up and stays full. And then about a year and a half ago, my neighbor behind us came over and said, hey, would you like to purchase a piece of property directly behind you? Nobody else has access to it. Really, we were the only ones that could purchase it because we're the only ones that could access it. It's on one side of it, the bio is the property line, and the back side is just woods. It's a long way into that piece of property. So anyway, it's all pasture back there. That's the new farm that I've been showing you when we're taking care of it, trying to get the goat weed down and all that stuff. And then another neighbor, the property that you see right here, last year gave us the opportunity, in conjunction with buying the piece of property behind us, it gave us access to this as well. And so we got another 20 acres there. So anyway, we own 50 and we lease another 20. And so right now we're at 70 acres, and we're raising grass-fed beef, pastured pork, pastured poultry. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just always a dream. I work with people every day, and I love what I do, but there's something in me that wants to see the labor of my hands. And so I leave work and I come home and work, and sometimes it's a lot, just kind of doing chores in the morning really early, get to work. We live busy lives just in ministry and doing the things that we do. And then we have this as well. And so it's been very rewarding. Met a lot of people in the regenerative farming community. We've met a lot of people who are just looking for local food, or looking for clean food. They want to know where their food's raised. And so this year we butchered 2 beeves, and we've done 7 hogs and several hundred chickens. Last year I think we raised 400 chickens, right at it. So anyway, yeah, it's just been a really cool journey, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. Even since we've been doing this, I've had family members, even in my home, that have realized that they have food allergies, celiac and other allergies. And so I just know that much of the food that we're purchasing at the grocery store just isn't the highest quality that it can be. There's nothing like knowing that your food is raised right here, that you know what you fed it, you know how it was raised. It wasn't raised in a confinement facility with, multiplied thousands of animals in there. We're doing this small batch, small scale, right here on our 70 acres. 50 of it's ours, and it's pretty rewarding knowing that that's how our food is raised, and being able to share that with other people. That's what's really cool, man. When we get other people who try chicken that was raised, in the way that we do it, and they go, man, I've never tasted chicken like that. Grass-fed beef obviously is different than what you purchase a lot in the store, and some people don't like it. It's not for them. That's okay. But I have customers, friends who eat our grass-fed beef, and they absolutely love it. They say it's tender, it's wonderful. We eat it, we love it. So nothing like bacon like we grow right here, and then got a great processor that smokes and cures wonderful bacon. So anyway, the food side of it's really cool. The raising the animals is really cool, and we feel like this is an opportunity that the Lord just opened up for us. It really is a place just to free ourselves of pressures in other areas, even though sometimes this is pressure too. It's a different kind of deal, if you understand what I'm saying. And there's just nothing like owning your own land, raising your own food, being able to share that with other people, being able to bring kids out to see the animals. Just a lot. There's a lot to it that is really good for us. And so at some point, because of the lifestyle we live, because we're just really busy, at some point you have to say enough is enough, and I just can't do everything, and I can't raise everything I want to raise. I'd love to add sheep, but that's just not, and that's not in the, I don't think that's going to be something that is feasible for us right now, just because of the time it would take. So anyway, I don't want to ramble on too long. We're 3 years old, first generation farm, grass-fed beef, pastured poultry, pastured pork, and loving every minute of it. And obviously, we're nowhere near experts at this. We're just learning. I've learned so much from YouTube. I've learned so much from reading. I've tried different grazing methods, as you've seen in my other videos, and we're testing them. We're just trying to figure out what works in our scenario, what works in our context. And so, man, we've learned by trial and error. We've messed up and missed it. Got some horror stories already, but we've also got some great successes and some wins under our belt. And man, that's what I'm grateful for. I really feel like the Lord's blessed us. And yeah, I just can't tell you how many times it's just felt like His favor's been on what we're doing. And I'm grateful for that. So I just want to encourage you, if this is a dream you have, I know land is the obstacle. That's the reality. I mean, for most of us, you know, if you're first generation, you didn't inherit some land, it seems like a big obstacle. But I would encourage you, man, find some land to lease. I hope to lease more land in the future. There's some around us that hopefully at some point will come open. And don't let that be a barrier, because as you begin to look around, there probably is some land that you could lease and be able to get in the agriculture community and begin to get your feet dirty, your hands dirty, so to speak, your feet on the ground doing it. And so if it's your dream, go for it. In God's timing, whenever you feel like you get a green light to do that and things start working out, go for it. Don't sit back and make excuses why you can't. If it's in your heart to do, and it's something that you really want to go for, I just encourage you to go for it. It's what we did. And sometimes I think Robin, my wife, is like, what in the world have we done? Because sometimes it's a lot, but she's so gracious. And I have to get her on a video too. She's amazing. And I'd love to share some time with her and Scout on video so that you guys can meet them. They're just the best. And so anyway, I'm rambling enough. I've been talking for 8 minutes now, and I'm gonna sign off for this one. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope the rest of your week is awesome. Hey, God bless you. Pray that He blesses all you do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That really, really helps us. If you know of anybody that might be encouraged by this, or somebody that might like our content, if you'd share it, man, that would go a long way for us too. So give me some comments in the comments below. Share with me if you got any questions or something you'd like for me to do a video on. If you can give me advice, help me, teach me. I'm always a student as well. Hey, God bless you guys. Have a great one. We'll see you.